Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. AMC stock is up almost 12% at the time of recording this video. We have a very exciting one to get into here today. I hope you guys are jacked up and you are ready for this one because AMC stock is potentially about to go through a massive rally. And I know I've been speaking on this for a while, and I hope it makes sense to you guys why and how this logic is coming about. But essentially, it makes no sense to be sure in AMC right now. I think that does make a lot of sense to you guys. Heading into 2024, the risk-reward ratio is way skewed towards the potential upside. So we're going to get into everything you guys need to know. I think the charts look exceptionally well. Like I said in the last video, as long as we close above $9 per share, that is what you want to see. So we have a lot to get into in a very short amount of time. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. I need to hear them. Source them. Comments down below. So first things first, guys, AMC stock has went through a powerful rally today, seemingly out of nowhere. There was no specific news that I see out there, no specific reason why AMC stock is doing what it is doing. If you do a simple Google search, most of the time you can find what you need to find. I didn't see anything actually hitting the wire. And it's basically the only thing that I see is the same thing that we covered in the last video. The AMC stock surges as Taylor Swift concert tops 100 million in advanced ticket sales. This is something we've known about. Maybe the algos picked up on this. Maybe people are like, hey, wow, look at this Taylor Swift movie. I doubt it. I think it is something a lot more exciting than that. Now, what's more exciting than Taylor Swift? I don't know. I'm not a Swiftie. Let me know down below in the comment section. Maybe it's Beyonce. Beyonce apparently has her own movie coming out to AMC theaters. Who knows? Either that or this. Who cares? AMC stock is up 12% today. Now, there's obviously a long journey ahead. This is just the start of what I believe is going to be a much larger rally to come. Now, do we want to start with the technicals? Do we want to start with the data? I guess we'll start with the technicals. Now, like I said, again, in the last video, a close above $9 per share is fantastic news. That's exactly what you want to see. Now, why is that? Well, a lot of it comes down to the option activity. Today is Friday. That means these options expire today. This is maybe what you could call a mega bounce on AMC. That would make some sense to me. You went above $8.50 today and you went above $9 per share today. That means about 30,000 contracts at both of these expirations, these strikes, went into the money. Today is Friday. That means a lot of this has to be hedged for today. Look at the implied volatility as well. In the last video, it was around 600%. Now it's 750% plus. The implied volatility is up. Premiums are up. Hopefully, you guys could have capitalized on that and made some serious money. Some of these contracts, dude, up 850%. So these $9 strikes specifically. So not a lot of people were betting that AMC could break above $9 per share today. It did. This is very much positive news. What these contracts go from like $5 to $40 right now, absolutely insane. But this does mean about 3 million shares need to be bought by the hedge funds, institutions, and the market makers, whoever sold them. So I think that provides us a little bit more stability, potentially heading into the end of the day today, as well as next week. Now, there's a T+2 settlement time. That means that some of these options are going to be hedged for today. Some of these options will need to be hedged for over the next 2 days or so. So this could mean some continuous buys that could come on AMC stock. Don't be surprised if you continue to see a lot of bullish pressure, if you will, on AMC throughout the next couple of days. So I think this could just be the setup of an even larger move to come, as I have said many times now. Now, if you take a specific look at the charts, I have this drawn out right here. It's basically this uptrending bullish channel. You've been trending to the upside ever since you did hit the lows that we've seen, the recent lows, shall I say, back here on September 28th. You've been trending upwards. I connected this line with these kind of peaks here, and you broke out above that. I mean, you're pretty well above that now. So that is great news. That's exactly what you want to see here on AMC stock for the day today. And I think that does give a little bit more credibility to potentially even a larger rally to come. Just simply based on technicals, they look really good. AMC stock went up, and it's not really coming down to the same degree in which maybe you would think it would. Like, a lot of the time you'll get these big spikes and then AMC stock will just come straight back down, but that is not exactly happening here today. So that is great so far. Obviously things can change towards the end of the day, even in after hours. You know, be on the lookout for any big moves, potential drop or whatnot in after hours. But you're also flirting with the 950 level, which is precisely where this downtrending line that has marked the bottoms is at as well. So if you can get above that, that's going to be really good, potentially even send you much higher. That's where you could potentially rally to as high as $20 per share. That's kind of the level I have my eyes on. That is the 50-day moving average. Obviously, you'll find a lot of resistance there. If you get to $20 per share, that would be a move of over 100% from now. But I think AMC stock could even go much higher than that if you do start to get a lot of that upside momentum. If you start to get a lot of traders heading into AMC stock, that is most certainly a possibility, and that is what I am looking for as of right now. Now, if we take a look at some of the data today, we have a short score of 66. You do have about $200 million worth of short positions currently in AMC stock. Estimated short interest of free float at 12.12%. Free float out on loan at 16.21%. Shares out on loan 32.07 million. Days to cover 2.1. Cost to borrow 2.36%. And utilization of 65%. Not a whole lot has changed from the last video. It's just really maybe a lot of excited people heading into AMC stock. That could help explain some of the upside move. If you do take a look at what we're seeing here, return shares of 2.52 million, borrowed shares of 479,000. As per Ortex, it looks like maybe about 2 million or so shares were returned. Doesn't necessarily mean they were covered, it means they were returned. So some of them could have been covered. It's really hard to tell. I would contribute a lot of this to the mega bounce theory. You know, a Thursday or a Friday, you start to get a run up for whatever reason or another. If AMC starts to break above key strikes, you get a lot of short-term hedging and just really delta hedging for the options that go into the money. So that is what I would probably say is causing this move right now. Maybe there's news under the surface the algos know that maybe we don't know. Maybe a hedge fund or institution out there making a large position. Who knows? Volume's up, stock is up. That is great. Things are trending in the right direction. Let's just call it that. Now, if you take a look at the cost to borrow fees here today, cost to borrow max of 6.17%, cost to borrow average 1.57%, and cost to borrow minimum at 1.04%. I do expect these cost to borrow fees will start to tick up as well, as we are getting a little bit more of that upside volatility here today, so be on the lookout for that. If you take a look as well right here, about 23.07 million shares that look like they are sold short, with a live short interest of free float at 11.66%. So nothing too crazy. Obviously, we've been higher before, but I do think these numbers are phony baloney if you consider the synthetics out there, the you know, kind of synthetic short positions. The short position is obviously a lot higher. Now, if you look at the Stocko tracker data, obviously a lot more calls going into the money today. In the money calls at 51,230. That is expiring today. 54,000 calls look like they could expire out the money. In the money puts at virtually nothing, 1,832. Out the money puts at 56,000. Now, when you burn a lot of people with puts like they just got burned here today, that doesn't feel too great, and that usually doesn't lead to more put buying. Now, as I have reported many times, you now have the puts call ratio down to levels in which you have not seen in like a year. So that sets us up for that multi-100% rally. We haven't seen a multi-100% rally since the puts call ratio really spiked up in the beginning of this year, whereas last year we seen a couple multi-100% rallies. So it'll be interesting to see if this theory does remain true now that a lot of puts are no longer being bought on AMC stock. If that does allow the stock to move you know, a lot higher, that is certainly a possibility. And more than likely what we will continue to see with AMC stock. So just to reiterate yet again, I don't know if there's news here. It doesn't look like there is, but the technicals look really good. The option activity is definitely helping to fuel some of this upside move. If you take a look at the MACD is very bullish, and the RSI is starting to come off of about that 30 level that we have been at recently. All of this really triggering that upside move. $20 per share. If we can break above about $9.50, whether it's today or next week, and ultimately break above $10 per share, a bigger move to about $20 per share could be coming. Above that, obviously $25 is going to be a major level. $30 is going to be an even more important level. If you really start to break above 30, that's where things just get crazy at that point. That's where the upside could get massive, guys. So obviously we need to break above 10 before we start even thinking about 20, but if you do get above 10, I think 20 looks like a reasonable assumption. And again, I do think a multi-100% rally could be coming. And if this is the first start, then that would put you well over $30 per share. So we'll ultimately see what happens, guys. That is what I have for you here in this update. I wish I knew exactly what is causing this upside move. But again, I think we covered the possibilities of, you know, what's most likely causing it, which is probably the option activity, probably some hedging being done by some of the shorts, probably some positioning for 2024 for an upside move. That makes a lot of sense to me. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys want to come trade with us live in real time, link down below in the description of this video. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.